Thanks for listening to episode number 6 of Fresh and Uncooked. I am Chris.
I'm Jeff.
And we are a brand new food podcast talking about new products, menu items, favorite drinks, recipes, favorite dishes, drinks too, and anything and everything food related. What are we talking about today, Jeff?
You know what, Chris? Today, let's talk about bread.
Sounds filling.
It does.
Smells wonderful.
Always does.
You know? I like it. Let's do that. Let's talk about bread. How about we also talk about chocolate Dr. Pepper?
I'm all for it.
Plant-based chorizo coming to a popular fast casual joint.
It's right up my alley.
A new Girl Scout cookie for next year.
What?
And who's making the donuts? McDonald's is making the donuts. All next in food news.
Food news.
Isn't that what Duncan always said back in the day? Making the donuts? Who's making the donuts?
Time to make the donuts.
Time to make the. That's
with
right.
the guy with the mustache.
Yeah. Waking up.
Yep.
Waking up. Time to make the donuts.
Now they don't make them there. I don't think there's any donuts that are
Time to
made.
open the door for the delivery guy to drop off the donuts. So starting on September 1st of this year, McDonald's is adding a glazed pull-apart donut to their McCafe lineup. Nothing really to describe here, Jeff. It's a glazed donut that you can tear apart. It's kind of like if you took a handful of donut holes, arranged them in a circle, and they magically stuck together. That's kind of what this looks like. So, I mean, it's a glazed donut. It's McDonald's. Have it with your coffee. Why not?
Glazed donut, I think, is always, that's just my go-to all the time.
Yeah.
If you have a good glazed donut, odds are your other donuts are pretty good too.
They'll be available all day long, too, for limited time participating restaurants.
I will try it.
One thing I definitely will try, I got to wait till next year, 2022, Girl Scouts introducing a new cookie.
Wow.
Adventurefuls. Described as an indulgent brownie-inspired cookie with caramel-flavored cream and a hint of sea salt. You can even sign up to be notified as soon as these Adventurefuls are available, and all about other Girl Scout cookies at girlscoutcookies.org. And Jeff actually pointed out to me that they have a little countdown.
And do you want to know why I know that? Guess who signed up?
Oh,
nice. I'm going to get notified. And
Jeff,
those Adventurefuls, I am looking forward to them.
Jeff will not let us know because he's going to make sure he gets his hands on some before he lets anybody else know that they're out there. Because you seemed a little excited about this
I'm
one.
very excited. These cookies sound delicious.
144 days, 5 hours, and 57 minutes, Jeff.
Wow.
This is something else you might get excited for.
I see where this is going.
Chipotle is testing out plant-based chorizo in select markets. So it's the brand's first new plant-based protein option since 2014 when they introduced sofritas. It's created by the Chipotle culinary team, so it's not like, third party coming in and supplying the protein, the plant-based. It's made with ingredients grown on a farm, not in a lab, is how it was put. Ancho chili, chipotle peppers, tomato paste, crushed garlic, smoked paprika, olive oil, natural protein from peas. It's certified vegan, 20 grams of protein per serving, never frozen. It's plant-based chorizo.
I've had plant-based chorizo before, and it's good. It really is. It's one of those things, sometimes with the plant-based stuff, there's obviously some things that need to develop still. But it seems with the chorizo, it's pretty good.
Pretty heavily seasoned chorizo is. So.
Right.
So if you are in the Denver or Indianapolis region, you can give it a try.
Sounds like a road trip.
Sounds like a road trip. The oldest soft drink brand has the newest reward program out there, and it's just for the fans of Dr. Pepper. The Pepper Perks program. You can sign up at drpepper.com. You scan in your proof of purchases, collect points to redeem them for things like an entry into the college football playoff national championship sweepstakes that they're doing.
Wow.
Fansville Dr. Pepper branded stuff, like they got an apron, like a can cooler, a foam hand, a bunch of silly stuff. And you can even redeem them for the newest flavor of Dr. Pepper, Fantastic Chocolate.
All right.
Dr. Pepper plus chocolate.
So Dr. Pepper, it's vanilla, right? Isn't it what
I think it's like 23 different things.
Yeah, but isn't the overwhelmingly dominant flavor in Dr. Pepper vanilla?
We should call our Dr. Pepper expert in here.
We're going to have to find out. We're going to reach out to the people at Dr. Pepper and see what they can do for us.
I mean, I don't know if I'd describe Dr. Pepper as vanilla. I think it's more cherry.
Like, then there's cherry Dr. Pepper.
There is.
And then I think there's vanilla Dr. Pepper.
And I think there's vanilla cherry Dr. Pepper.
It is so confusing. It's the most confusing soda that's available.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper has more flavors than Mountain Dew, I think, and they don't even they're not even trying, you know. But chocolate Dr. Pepper, it's just trying to taste that at the same time, like, you know, imagining it, and it's just not happening. So I tried. I don't know if I'd really a chocolate pop, just like a fizzy chocolate.
Sounds like a dessert, right? Isn't that a dessert?
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
I don't know. It sounds good. It's definitely worth a try.
Well, if you want to try it, the only way to do it is to sign up to redeem via reward points. So I guess they mail it to you. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly.
I'll do what I got to do.
I signed up, though.
Okay.
The soda is a combo of Dr. Pepper and chocolate. That's your food news. We're going to talk about a staple, something that's been around since the Egyptian days. Bread.
Historic.
Very historic. And still evolving.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If we were to like just pick the best bread, just in general, sourdough for me.
Same here.
Yeah.
If we're making grilled cheese, now here's the thing. We buy a mini loaf or we'll buy a specialty bread. Mm-hmm. Since we don't buy a lot of bread, we'll spend an extra few dollars on better
get the good bread. Sure.
Yeah, so sourdough is good. So we usually only buy it if we're making a grilled cheese, or grilled cheese is. What am I talking about? One singular grilled cheese for? For that, that's when we buy bread, or my wife uses bread on top of her tuna casserole with butter.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's pretty good, man. It's really good.
I'd have to agree with the grilled cheese, sourdoughs. Excellent choice. BLTs.
Yes.
Sourdough is a good choice. One of my favorite places, and I think yours too, ironically, probably because of this very particular reason, that is no longer around the area anymore. Fast food, fast casual, I guess it would be. Schlossky's Deli uses sourdough bread on their sandwiches.
They do, and it's delicious.
And thinking of bread today, getting ready for the episode, it made me think of Schlossky's Deli. So shout out to Schlossky's. You want to sponsor the show, we'd have you in a heartbeat.
In a second.
We would endorse the out of you. Yeah, sourdough, I think, is the ultimate bread if you were to give the king. And there's so many, like with lockdown and everything, I think so many people were trying to do the homemade sourdough and getting the starter going. And I know that was a very trendy thing. And
oh, yeah.
Did you do that or no?
No, we don't make we don't make our own bread. But I know people who make bread. And surprisingly enough, nobody reached out to me about this whole thing with the sourdough. I thought maybe they would say, hey, I tried this whole sourdough recipe. Why don't you try this? No, nobody reached out. And I'm going to say I'm a little bit hurt. Just putting that out there.
Maybe they're listening and now they know, oh my God, that's right. Jeff loves sourdough.
Yeah, I do. I love it for toast. If I go out for breakfast, do you have sourdough? Yes, we do. I will have that.
Do a lot of places have sourdough toast for breakfast?
It depends where you go.
Because I've never asked. I usually like a whatever restaurant. I usually just go wheat.
No, I don't.
But I've never asked like sourdough.
Wheat bread, I've given up on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It just seems too dry.
So,
very dry.
Like, would you go white over wheat in some cases then?
Probably
Like
in every case.
Every case, okay.
I don't even know. I can't even tell you the last time I had wheat bread.
Like a turkey on wheat. But going back to breakfast really quick, because this was on my list too. Mm-hmm. In the topic of toast, of bread, I would say English muffin over toast any day. Even a sourdough English muffin.
So an English muffin over a bagel or a croissant even too?
I don't really get down with bagels and croissants. Croissants, very rarely. Bagels, I wouldn't like order, at a restaurant, I wouldn't have a bagel next to my eggs and bacon, Toast, yeah, I would like that, but I'm just saying English muffin over the toast any day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm more of a bagel fan. I think bagels are delicious. New York has the best bagels too. They really do. They claim that they have the best bagels.
It's the water, right? And they say it's the water.
Something like that. I don't know, but they're delicious. And usually if you go somewhere and they ask you, oh, what type of bread would you like your breakfast sandwich on? I usually go with like a bagel.
Bagel breakfast sandwich. Yeah, I would do that too. But I'm just thinking
not over a McMuffin, but a McMuffin, I guess, is kind of where it all started, but over an English muffin too?
If we're talking a breakfast sandwich, yeah, I think so. I think I probably would. But if we're just talking like, a plate with some bacon and some potatoes and some eggs, scrambled eggs,
yeah,
and then a side of toast, English muffin replaces my toast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eggs Benedict. Eggs Benedict is made because of English muffins.
English muffins, yeah.
Those are good.
Love some Eggs Benedict.
See, Chris, we do this show and then I just get hungry for all these different foods.
I thought you ate before we started.
Oh, I did.
So what about different types of bread? Anything come to mind that you just love as far as, I don't know, say a pretzel?
A pretzel roll?
A pretzel roll?
Yeah, love it.
Pretzel. Do you like the pretzel hot dog bun, hamburger bun? You ever?
Oh, I've done that before.
That?
Yeah. It's good. It's a change of pace.
It's almost like too much. Maybe I'm just getting bad ones at the store or something.
Some of them are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
I've done it a few times and just just give me. I'd rather have just like the cheapest hamburger bun they sell compared to some of the pretzel rolls that I've tried.
Now I'm a big fan of a Reuben sandwich, and those are traditionally done on rye bread. But if you get me a pretzel roll Reuben, yeah,
never
that's the way I'm
tried
going.
Reuben on pretzel roll. Interesting. Just a good soft pretzel though. That's awesome. A little mustard.
Yes,
that would probably be one of my favorite snacks. And soft pretzels. I'm not talking like a bag next to the potato chips, the crunchy. I hate the crunchy small pretzels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even pretzel chips. I like pretzel chips when you have a dip. I think they're great.
Not crazy. Pretzel rods, pretzel chips.
Wow.
No, just pure
combos?
soft pretzel.
How about combos?
I might make an exception for combos.
Combos are delicious.
I forgot
Love
about
combos.
The combos. So would you consider a cracker bread?
No, a cracker's a cracker.
Yeah, I agree.
But are you considering a pretzel bread?
Yeah. Pretzel's a dough.
Yeah, but cookies are made out of dough. Does that make a cookie bread?
Although
sometimes you can because you can make a cookie sandwich.
A yeast dough.
Oh, okay.
I guess I was including yeast.
All right. That makes sense.
Except for one exception. Banana bread.
Ooh.
Banana bread might be my favorite sweet side of the breads.
Okay.
They call it a quick bread because there is no yeast. There's no rising. There's no kneading. It's just like throwing a bunch of bananas and flour and I don't even know what else is in it. It's not much. And like cooking and baking it for 40 minutes and banana bread. Love it.
I'm a big fan of brioche too. Like brioche rolls when you have a hamburger and you put on a brioche bun.
Chicken sandwich.
Yes.
Brioche bun.
Oh, yeah.
I do like a brioche bun. And brioche is usually just basically lots of butter in the recipe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which makes it great.
Yeah.
What about biscuits?
Biscuits. Oh, that's
like
another
biscuits and
area.
Gravy.
I like biscuits and gravy. I really do.
Even a breakfast sandwich made out of a biscuit. That's a
Yeah.
little more exciting than an English muffin, at least.
I get excited for biscuits, but then a lot of times I'm very disappointed by biscuits. I feel they're hit or miss.
They can be.
I feel like there's no gray area really with biscuits. They're either bad or they're really good.
I've made a few biscuits in the kitchen, and every time they've been homemade, they're just like they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can go to some restaurants and get them, and yeah, they're definitely hit or miss.
Disappointed.
You were telling me something earlier about Red Lobster biscuits.
Yes. So the Cheddar Bay biscuits right now, Red Lobster, what they're doing with September coming up here, I guess there's going to be a slew of gender reveals that are going to be happening, right? A slew of them.
I mean, there's a lot of babies coming soon?
I guess.
I mean, a baby boom?
Probably because of the pandemic or something. I don't know what's in the water. But anyway, a safe way to do a gender reveal party, Red Lobster will put dye into the Cheddar Bay biscuit, blue and pink, of course, for the gender. And that's how you have your gender reveal. Somebody bites into that Cheddar Bay biscuit, it's either blue or pink.
All right.
How about that?
Maybe get like if you usually have a bunch of people over for that kind of a thing, right?
Right.
So maybe get a tray of 30.
Yes.
Everybody takes a bite at the same time, maybe. Could be a way to do it.
Yeah.
And you said safe way to do a gender reveal.
Yeah, because people are blowing things. Yeah, because people are blowing things up.
There's a lot of viral videos going on with some crazy gender reveals.
You know how we did gender reveals back in my day? Hey, we're having a boy. Hey, we're having a girl. Not in 2021, though, unfortunately.
Probably over a phone call, right? Not over a text message or over Facebook or anything, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Kind of in the biscuit family might be breadsticks.
Breadsticks
it's kind
are
of
good.
The side of a meal.
Olive Garden, that pretty much made that entire restaurant, right?
A lot of
soup,
people
salad, breadsticks.
Love the breadsticks in Olive Garden. Then they're okay. I mean, it's I guess it's kind of like I don't really like Red Lobster, but their biscuits are great. I don't really like Olive Garden, but their breadsticks are just okay. Like they're not like, oh, to me at least.
I get it. A lot of people love it though. People love their Olive Garden and their Red Lobster too. And
then I guess if we're talking sides, like bread that's kind of famous to be paired with something, definitely would be in my top 3 of breads. I'd have to think about it long and hard though, because bread's a pretty big category.
It really is.
You know?
It really is.
Nothing better than a huge plate of barbecue with a square cornbread.
Cornbread.
I
like cornbread. I do. I like homemade cornbread, though. And once again, too, cornbread, it's few and far between where you find some good ones. Man.
That is a very big hit or miss category. Yeah.
Very hit or miss. Absolutely. My mom and dad used to make really good cornbread.
I would love to have a good cornbread recipe because I've tried jalapeno cornbread. I like the little cheddar in there to mix things up. One thing I definitely do not like though with cornbread, it could be the greatest cornbread recipe in the world, but if it actually has chunks or pieces of corn kernels in the cornbread,
no,
that kind of turns me off, man.
I think that's how they do it Southern style.
Maybe it is.
The Southern style of cornbread, that's how my parents made it.
Really?
Yeah.
And it would have I don't know if it's cream corn
no, they
recipe,
never put the corn in there.
Just pieces of corn, but I don't know. It's texture. It can't.
I understand. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
Totally understand. No, and that's the thing. Like, I really don't eat cornbread because yours was so good. A lot of times I'm very skeptical when it comes to cornbread.
Yeah, cornbread is either good or not. But when it's good, it's one of the best things in the world.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Would you do like honey, butter, or is good cornbread just good, on its own?
Just cornbread on its own. Yeah. Warm right out of the oven, right out of the pan. Cast iron skillet.
Yes.
How do you feel about Hawaiian rolls?
I like to make slider bakes with them.
Yes.
It's a good use for them. Just making sliders in general with them. One thing I like to do too, especially at parties, is they make the Hawaiian, the brand, I can't think of the brand, but they make a bread bowl. Well, you have to make the bread bowl yourself with a knife, but it's like a big hunk of circular Hawaiian bread.
Right.
Cut out the circle, throw in some spinach dip in there.
Yes.
That thing will go in seconds at anybody's party.
And then when everybody's done getting everything out of there, supposedly, you hand me that piece of bread. I'll eat it. I will?
Sure.
Maybe not post-pandemic because everybody's hands have been in there. You know what? I still would. It's so good.
It is good. Yeah, there's nothing really quite like that.
You like bread pudding?
Bread pudding kind of seems like old-fashioned to me. I mean, not that that's a bad thing or anything, because I like old fashions. But I don't know how to answer that, Jeff. I don't think so.
All right.
But I haven't had lots of bread pudding in my life.
I've been more adventurous with bread pudding recently. Once again, there's good bread pudding and then there's really bad bread pudding.
Okay.
There seems like there's no middle ground when it comes to it.
I don't want to gross anybody out that's listening to this, but something like I'm just closing my eyes, picturing really soupy, like slimy bread pudding. I don't know.
Bread pudding's good. Thanksgiving, every year my aunt makes bread pudding. It's a recipe that she got from Robert Irvine when she visited one of his restaurants in Hilton Head. Yeah, he actually sent her the recipe. Well, he didn't send it to her. I think one of his assistants did. Can you believe that? How awesome is that?
That's really cool. Now, if Robert Irvine made bread pudding, I might give it a try.
All right. Well, my aunt makes it every Thanksgiving. I'll bring you some. It's so good.
Awesome.
If there's any left.
Yeah. One of my favorite things comes in pita bread.
Ooh.
And that is a gyro.
Gyros are delicious.
Gyro sandwich. So I had to throw pita bread onto the discussion.
I like pita bread and naan. I like naan as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very similar. Just basically pita bread that you don't stuff, I guess, right? I mean, it's kind of
I think it's
very similar flat bread.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, pita's great. Just, grilling some stuff on the, grilling some chicken and vegetables on the grill and just, throwing it on a pita. Not much flavor. It's more of like a vehicle, right? Because there's not a ton of flavor in pita bread.
Right.
Like, it's not a very savory bread.
Yeah, with naans, there's different flavored naans that they have.
Okay.
There's like garlic naan.
Sure.
Those are good.
But pita, you're not finding all these flavored pitas.
No, it's pretty plain. And like you said, you stuff it with whatever you want.
It's more of a vehicle than...
I like it.
But it's an important part of a gyro, so I had to throw it in the bread episode,
Gyros are so good.
Similarly, a tortilla.
Yeah?
It's a bread.
It is. See, and
more of a vehicle.
I said earlier, we don't buy much bread, but I buy a lot of tortillas.
Yeah, because you usually do a lot of wrap stuff.
I like wraps.
Yeah, tortillas I thought should be an honorable mention at least because, it's a great way to cut out the bread just using tortilla. But it's also another thing that, like a pita, it doesn't have much flavor to it. It's more of a vehicle. It's more something to hold on to deliver the food.
Right.
Unless, you're in Mexico and your grandmother's been making homemade tortillas, all of her life. Those are probably some pretty tasty tortillas compared to the stuff that we're eating up here.
Oh, I've been to Mexican restaurants where they make the tortillas right there in the restaurant, like right in front of you.
Those probably have tons of flavor.
Oh, delicious. Yeah. Just absolutely delicious.
And, maybe pita bread's the same way. I've never tried making pita bread. I've never had pita bread fresh out of the oven or whatever.
I'm not much of a baker. There's too much of a science to baking.
Yeah, same here. Except Irish brown bread. You like a good brown bread? You ever had Irish brown bread?
I've had Irish brown bread on St. Patrick's Day. Mm-hmm. So I used to work at an Irish pub. And on St. Patrick's Day, or Irish soda bread. Is that the same thing?
It is not the same thing.
Okay, well, I like Irish soda bread. So the brown bread I've probably never had. The Irish soda bread, though, wow. If it's made right, I don't know what's better.
It must be one of those things that if it's made right, because I have never, and most of my background is Irish.
Okay.
From both my mom and my dad. And I can't stand Irish soda bread.
Oh.
It is just the plainest, most driest. Maybe I just haven't had good Irish soda bread. But
it might be the case, yeah.
Irish brown bread is very, very delicious. A little Irish butter on that too. That I have made at home several times.
Okay.
I even have, I think I have TikToks and YouTubes of Irish brown bread videos. It's definitely worth giving a shot, Jeff.
All right.
Croutons.
Yeah, I like croutons. I do.
You seem that excited about that
No, you know what? My wife and I, we've been trying to eat salads. And she's...
You're still on that, right?
No, yeah, we're just trying to eat salads more and stuff like that. And just a matter of fact, today, she was like, oh, well, should I get croutons for it? It's like, look, we can't just keep adding all these things to the salad because then it's really not even a salad anymore. And it's not even healthy. So I do like croutons. I like homemade croutons too. Mm-hmm. But if you add croutons to your salad, come on now. It's not a salad anymore.
I got to have croutons in a salad, though. I'm sorry. At least a couple. I mean, you don't have to cover, you don't have to like make it the base or anything.
Right, but you can't.
Just a couple of croutons, Jeff.
There's no need to apologize for it. I'm just saying, you just have to realize at that point in time, your salad is no longer healthy.
I don't know. I think that's debatable. Croutons, not Reese's Pieces. Croutons.
Still, what's the nutritional value of croutons? When you're having a hot dog, what type of bun do you prefer? Do you like a poppy seed or just a plain bun?
I'm Chicago style all the way with my hot dog, so poppy seed bun.
Okay. And then
steamed
sesame seed bun for your burger or cheeseburger? Because I'm either going pretzel or brioche.
Never going pretzel. Brioche I would try, but probably sesame toasted.
Okay. Yeah. Those are really the only two buns that are out there. Hot dog and hamburger.
It just seems like there should just
I feel like
be
there
more
should
buns,
be. And if there is another one out there, you let us know.
Yeah. Twitter at Fresh Uncooked. Instagram at Fresh Uncooked. Even on TikTok at Fresh Uncooked Podcast. Follow us there. And if you're listening and you're enjoying it, we would really appreciate a review. Even if you're listening and you think, who the heck are these guys and what are they talking about? Leave a bad review. Just leave a review. Let us know what you like, what you'd like to hear.
And your suggestions could always lead to a future episode of Fresh and Uncooked.
That's right. So until next week, Jeff.
Enjoy what you eat.